Melvin van Peebles was in town this week, and he brought with him a lot of tough talk and memories of a bygone era of movie history. I remember it. In 1971, downtown Norfolk was in a dither about the opening of a movie called Sweet Sweetback, so forth, at Lowe's Theater. Now, Lowe's was at the time the largest movie theater in Virginia, larger than the Lowe's Theater in Richmond. When I went to review Sweet Sweetback, I took a blanket because the management couldn't afford to turn on the heat. I took blankets to a lot of movies back then, no heat. And the Virginian pilot decided to cut the full title, so it was just called Sweet Sweetback. There was more to the title, including the A word. The man who directed it, starred in it, wrote it, composed the music, and edited it was Melvin van Peebles. This week, Melvin said to me, before Sweetback, there was nothing in the way of African-American movies. Nothing. In a way, he was right. Quickly thereafter, an entire new genre of film movies was invented. Shaft, Foxy Brown, Cleopatra Jones, Blackula, Black Caesar, Uptown Saturday Night. None of them won Oscars, and arguably they were pretty low rent, but all of them made money, and it led to a complete new genre of film. Melvin van Peebles, at age 83, remembers it all, because actually he began it all. He was in town to speak on the panel for a seminar at the Alex Theater, recreating a 100-year-old argument about art versus society in relation to the classic movie Birth of a Nation. Melvin wouldn't talk to me until I assured him that he didn't owe me any money. Then he pointed out when he came to Hollywood there were no black directors. He was hired to direct a comedy called Watermelon Man, which made money, but he claims was a miserable experience. He was offered more work, but he said he would not do it. I will not make another movie unless I'm in charge. When he was in charge, the result was a movie about a boy who grew up in a bordello, became famous for his sexual exploits, and ended up running toward the Mexican border. Needless to say, it was rated X. Made for $500,000, Sweet Sweetback took in $15 million. When he told me that his only real competition was Gordon Parks as a director, I shocked him by telling him that actually I had worked for Gordon Parks. I played a white pimp in a movie directed by Gordon Parks called Shaft's Big Score, the sequel to Shaft. The year was 1974. 1972. Van Peebles howled with laughter. You played a white pimp? Did Gordon pay you? And I said, no, I didn't get paid. He said, I knew it. No one got paid back then. There isn't time for me to tell you about why and how I played a pimp in Shaft's Big Score. I'll tell you some other time. But it is appropriate to remember that Melvin van Peebles started an entire new genre of movies. The industry was never quite the same after Sweet Sweetback. I wish I could tell you more, but it's time to say bye, so that's all I can do.